grown woman will isolate herself to protect her peace. She steps back to find strength and solitude, to rebuild herself away from the noise and distractions of the world. She knows her peace isn't optional, it's a necessity. Her peace is her foundation. Silence becomes her greatest tool. It's in those quiet moments that she finds clarity, healing, and balance. She understands that prioritizing her well-being isn't selfish, it's essential. If she doesn't take care of herself, she can't give her best to anyone else. So she'll choose peace over chaos, calm over conflict, and herself over anyone who tries to disturb her harmony. It's not about being cold, it's about being wise. A grown woman knows her value, and she'll never compromise it for anyone or anything.
I'm about to do a quick 4K, but I wanted to update you because we just launched something really exciting, and that is that Calm is now live in the app. So taking control of your training and nutrition was always just the beginning. I really wanted to add a third pillar to the app, which is Calm. We just added breathing exercises because to me, breathing is such an important tool, whether it is to ground yourself, whether it is to get more energy, whether it is to fall asleep. I always use breathing exercises as a tool to really come back to myself again. It is a major addition that I'm so excited for, and it is just the beginning. But I'm going on a quick 4K. I'm severely underdressed, so wish me luck. Number one reason how I've been able to stay consistent over the years with working out, with eating healthy, is because I look at this fitness journey as a day-to-day thing. I'm not looking at it as a lifelong commitment journey, because that can feel really overwhelming, knowing that now that you said that you're going to train, you all of a sudden have to make it this your entire personality and you have to do it every single day. There are no days off. It can feel overwhelming. That's with everything. If you try something new, if you try to build a healthy habit, what I do is I still look at it day by day. I say to myself, tomorrow I'm going to train, tomorrow I'm going to make sure that I eat healthy, I make sure that I eat enough meals, that I eat my proteins, whatever it is that you want to say. You make a contract with yourself. Then you follow up on that contract, and that is a win. And when you have a win under your belt, it gives you this little confidence boost. You said that you were going to do something, and now you're actually following up with it. And the benefit of training, the benefit of eating healthy, is that it also makes you feel great. So you'll have these post-workout endorphins, you feel great because that day you worked on bettering yourself. And then what you'll do is you'll make that same promise to yourself for the next day, if that's something that you want to do. So you say to yourself, you know what, today was a win, tomorrow I'm going to train again. Tomorrow I'm going to train and I'm going to focus on eating healthy. And then you're going to do the same thing the day after, and the day after, and the next day. So now, instead of looking at this as a lifelong commitment that can be so overwhelming, you look at this as a day-to-day thing where you make promises to yourself and then you keep those promises. And the good thing about training is that it actually makes you feel great. It actually makes you feel stronger. You just have to get into the habit of things. So once you have that under your belt, you'll be able to stay consistent so much easier than it is in the beginning. First exercise that we're doing today is a squat variation in the Smith machine. This mimics the movement pattern of a hack squat, but I'm a little bit too short for the hack squat, so this one allows me to really reach that maximum stretch in my quads. So what I'm doing is I'm using a plate, I'm elevating my heels, which allows for an increased range of motion, helps with mobility, and then I am having a closed stance and I'm focusing on my quads specifically with this. I don't rest at the top. If you need a little bit of rest at the bottom, but try to have a continuous flow with your reps. Today we are doing an anterior chain session, meaning that we are focusing on the muscles located on the front side of our body, which is the quads. We're doing shoulders, we're doing a bit of chest, we're also doing a little bit of biceps. The anterior posterior chain split is from the Gain Season program in my app, which is a 70-day movement commitment journey. I'm doing push-ups now. It is obviously a chest focused movement. I took a 6-week break, and two things are the main exercises that I struggle with rebuilding my strength. Like those two exercises, I definitely took a few steps back, maybe even like a mile back, and that is push-ups and pull-ups. So I'm just trying to rebuild my strength on the push-ups, which means repeated exposure. It's the best way. It's a skill. You need to train it. And then I'm doing them regular form. If you can't do a regular push-ups, you can do kneeling ones. You can also do negative ones where you lower yourself as slowly as you can, and then you bring yourself up again. The thing with push-ups as well is that the higher you're elevated, the easier it is. So you can also do wall push-ups and then gradually lower yourself. I can do a couple of reps regular push-ups, so I prefer to train it that way. And then what I'll be doing is I'll make sure that I get 8 really good reps. If I can't do them all at once, I just take a little bit of a break and then I rep out the single reps. I'm doing 3 sets. And I'm just trying to get back on it. But remember, what takes a while to build also takes a while to lose. So I'm definitely not worried about it. Also, building back up your strength or muscle mass is a lot easier than building it in the first place. So if you the effort that you put in to maybe build up your physique, to increase your strength, if you have to take a break for whatever reason, sure, you'll do a few steps back, but the foundation is there. So it's just about being back consistent in the gym again, putting in the work, and you'll be back before you know it. This is exactly what I mean. I was able to do 6 last week, and today I was able to do 8, which is an insane amount of progress if you're just looking at push-ups from a push-up basis, because for me to get from 0 to 1 push-up probably took me 6 months of training when I just started training, and now I'm able to do +2 push-ups in a week. That is all because of muscle memory. It's because I've been able to do it before, so my strength is coming back really fast with being consistent, which is so motivating. Next exercise is a unilateral exercise for the quads again. So we are doing a split squat in the Smith machine. I love the Smith machine. It helps with balance. It helps me to really push myself during my reps, because if all else fails, I can just lock the bar and then I'm good. Like I don't have to worry about me falling or getting out safely like I have to do with a barbell. So I really love it. Make sure that you use the safety though, because you don't want to fall and then have the bar fall on top of you, because then you can't actually roll it back. So make sure that you use the safety. But one of the things that I always think about when I'm training quads specifically, because the burn on quads is insane. Like the feeling that it has that absolutely destroys your legs, somehow it is much more intense for me than training my glutes or training my hamstrings. I don't know why. And ever since I started training like this and really focusing on pushing myself and working through that burn, I not only got great results in the gym, but I also noticed that I got mentally so much more resilient and stronger, because shitty things will happen in your life regardless. It's inevitable. It is part of life. People around you will pass away. You'll experience heartbreak. Things don't go your way. Like whatever can happen. You'll lose your pets. Like life is tough, but so are you. And training yourself allows you to be better equipped with pain. Not only physical pain, but also mental pain. So the only thing that you can control is how you respond to things. So actually training yourself in the gym, working on your pain threshold, will help you a lot with coping when things inevitably happen in your life that are outside of your control. At least that is from my own experience. So every time my quads are burning, I can't do it anymore, I try to push out one more rep. Because it's not only my body that I'm training, it's also my mind that I'm training. Best tips that I've ever received from Gail, my trainster in Spain when I was doing leg days with her, is that you shouldn't be able to do unilateral exercises back to back. So if you do, for example, a set with your left leg, then you shouldn't be able to do a set with your right leg immediately after, because that means that you didn't push yourself hard enough. So push yourself as hard as you can, but also take a little bit of rest in between the different sides, and then once you're recovered, you can switch to the other side. And as always with unilateral work, make sure that you start with your weaker side first and match the work with your stronger side. Lateral raises are the shoulder isolation exercise for today. So with lateral raises, what I really like to do is make sure that I do the reps that I can, and then when I no longer can do the full rep, the full range of motion, I'll do partial reps. And I just go as long as I possibly can without feeling like my arms fall off. And then once I hit that point where I actually feel like my arms will fall off, then I'll quit. So basically you'll see my range of motion go from this to this, to this, to this, and then you'll truly burn out every single fiber that exists in your side delts mainly. This is gain season, we're not doing hourglass, but I really like doing lateral raises or training my side delts in general because it will help with creating that hourglass shape. I'm built like a ruler from the front, so I don't really have like a waist that goes in or hips that goes out. So for me, it really helps with training my back, training my lats, training my glutes to really try to build those curves. We're doing leg extensions. I'm putting the seat all the way back, and I look for that maximum stretch in the quads again. With the leg extension, I saw the best results when I really treated this one as an actual exercise. So often with isolation exercises, we tend to neglect the importance of them because it's just an isolation exercise. However, if you try to apply overload on isolation exercises, it's actually great for building your muscles, especially in the right rep ranges. So with leg extensions, I go heavy. I'm almost doing body weight for reps, which is really heavy for me. And I just try to get most out of every single rep. Obviously, make sure that you minimize the risk of getting injured, so I'm not locking out at the top fully. I keep my knees safe here. I'm also slightly rotating my feet, but again, that depends on how you want your quads to look or what you're working for most. But try to treat it with respect, go heavy, go controlled, and push yourself. Also on isolation exercises, they're great for building the muscle that you're trying to target.
People don't have to like you. People don't have to love you. They don't even have to respect you. But when you look in the mirror, you better love what you see.